As we mark 1 year since the start of the Israel-Hamas war, so many people are struggling with trauma and grief from the conflict, and it can be particularly hard to help children and young people cope. Earlier, I spoke with clinical psychologist Dr. Donald Grant Jr. about ways to manage the heavy emotions. Can people better cope with the somber milestone if they're having a hard time?
It's a tough time for a lot of different people, whether you're members of the communities impacted or not. When we think about trauma and we think about what happens throughout the world, we know that people are activated when they have to kind of manage these remembrances. I oftentimes hear people call them anniversaries, and it's challenging to navigate the word anniversary when this is not a celebration, and we want people to be able to honor the trauma that they're experiencing as it relates to this international crisis. When I think about the communities directly impacted, we want people to take time to be with family, to be reflective, to be mindful, and to really honor the fact that we are going through a shared sense of trauma, and to be able to navigate that in very special ways.
And how can parents talk to their children about what happened in an appropriate way?
It's all developmental, right? So we talk to 5-year-olds different than we talk to 15-year-olds. And it's important to understand that when we're having these conversations with young people, that we express the honesty about what's happening in our world, and the fact that there are lots of different events and lots of different traumas that happen. And when we talk to older children and older youth, it's important that we help them understand that there are multiple truths that can exist at one time. And that's even a difficult concept for adults to handle. And so when we talk about traumas, it's important to help people understand there's spaces where understanding is difficult to navigate, and it's difficult to understand why tragedies happen, but understanding that they do, and helping kids know what trauma is, and not just what trauma is, but what resilience is, how we grow from hurt, how we heal, how we come together as different communities is really important. Helping people manage their anxieties and come up with different tools to be able to get through these spaces.
And what are some specific activities people can do to support their mental health and well-being?
That's the challenge. When I think about mindfulness and paying attention to how you experience anxiety individually, how you come to manage your own stress, exercise, working out, we know that sweat actually releases cortisol from our bodies, which is the chemical that makes us feel stress. And so being sure to practice mindfulness, do some yoga, engage in some exercise so that you can actually release that stress. And we want to have an open door of communication for our young people and even our older adults who are managing this. We think a lot about young people and talking to our children, but when we think about the concepts of intergenerational trauma, there's a lot of older adults who are also being activated, and they don't know why it feels so heavy for them, but that's because there's this long history of experiences that we have that come along with our contemporary experiences.
Dr. Donald Grant Jr., thanks so much for talking with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
And stay with CBS News New York as we cover the remembrances of the October 7th attacks. You can find stories from survivors and how they're coping 1 year later. That's on our website at cbsnewyork.com.